up in there. You always worry about that early or when the light gonna go off to say, okay, I can play on this level. Never had to question that when they run the ball. So in that regards, they're ahead of the curve to me, especially kids who hadn't had one here in the spring. So really does a great job of understanding the offense. We got to work like all young kids on protections, learn how to strike and run their feet on contact. But I'm really pleased where the kids at, both of them at right now as young kids.
How have they tackled trying to compete with Trey?
I think in their mind they all compete for the third spot because everybody can see who the top two guys are. So we had a meeting with the guys and try to figure out where they at, where they see they at, and they both said, hey, I'm competing for number 3. So I love it. I don't want a guy to take a back seat to nobody. I tell everybody, I come in the room, I tell all the freshmen, your job is to go replace them. Don't take a back seat to nobody. Don't just concede that Nick and Katron the guy. They didn't do it last year when they came in. So why can't be you if you're good enough? So, and I think having that example for those kids kind of, entice them and excite them to say, hey, I can go do that too.
Where do you feel like you guys are at from a pass protection standpoint, especially with Katron and Nick?
You come rush out the edge and find out. I think we well ahead. I mean, you watched our guys last year. That wasn't a weakness for us. It was probably early, just feeling it out. I thought you watched the last half of the season. That was a strength for us because for me, you better be able to block. I'm an ex-quarterback. I need that second line defense. That's the Secret Service. You got to protect that quarterback. So to me, being an ex-quarterback, I pride myself in having my guys ready for those moments. No different. We talking about reading coverage. Well, that coverage also dictate what the blitz said and better take inside footwork and not let a guy beat you across your face. So we take pride. We take as much pride picking up a blitz as we do running somebody over. And I think you have to coach that. And if guys not doing that, this position, man, you fell in your room.
Coming off the season that Katron and Nick had, it's easy for them. I don't want to say big head, but it's easy to feel overly confident. So as a coach, outside of maybe one thing you wanted them to really work on and improve on coming into this camp, outside of pass protection, what would it have been?
Well, it's to erase last year. Last year had nothing to do with the process for this year. And as a coach, I have to remind them what we did last year doesn't matter because West Virginia don't care what you did last year. They're going to try to hit you right in your mouth. So it's understand there's also parts of our game that we need to get better at. I always start with details, like our footwork and fundamentals. We got to be even clean in there. It shouldn't matter if 10 and 13 in the game, if you take their number off, they should look the same. Everybody may figure out their body type later on, but it should look the same from their footwork, from the backfield to their aiming points, and how they process and play the game. So cleaning up the details, we talk about fine tips of blocking and really route running, taking another advantage of getting those guys in space. So many times we leave a flat area open where you're getting the ball to your best player in space and he going one-on-one. Hell, they run between the tackle with 6, 7, 8 guys in the box. Give them the ball in space. So that's an aspect we've been working from the spring to the summer to now, and the guys are really taking advantage of it and understand, hey, this is another process of my game because big picture, you hate to talk about these 2 guys want to be NFL guys. That's my job to make sure they prepare, make sure their game is ready to advance when they get that opportunity to go to the NFL.
James, obviously a lot of talk about Nick Singleton nationally, but maybe not as much about Katron. How have you seen him progress through the summer and now in camp?
We think we got 2 number 1 backs. That's how we treat them internally. I think the local media and the local fans and our team know how special he is. They're really good complementary pieces because although they're both big backs, they have different running styles. I think real football people nationally know all about him. And I know how much our fans and our team and I know how much you guys as a media respect him as well. So we love him. He continues to get better. He did some great things today. I think he's going to have a big year for us.